Hi, my name's Joseph Lesser, and I'll be bringing you this free mini lesson. So the lesson that I'm going to be showing you works on any of the recent versions of Excel starting with 2007 and up, even earlier if you have a very old version. So whatever of these versions you're working with, this lesson will work perfectly for you. In the lesson that I'm about to show you, I'm going to be demonstrating with Excel 2016, mostly because it's the latest version. And if you're working with an earlier version, this might give you some comfort. You'll see an extremely familiar version, and maybe someday you will be working with 2016. We are going to be looking at 5 techniques or variations on working with the Autosum. So let's get going. I'll meet you in Excel. Okay, let's get oriented to working with the Autosum. I'm going to be using the Home tab, and the Autosum button is found on near the upper right in the Editing group, and I've got a graphic of it right here. So find your way to the Autosum button. And the first technique I'm going to talk about is how to use it with continuous data. I call this method 1, either a slow double click or click and enter. There's a couple other ways of doing it. But you start by putting the active cell beneath a list of continuous data. And if I want to click the Autosum button twice slowly, first click, second click, completes the operation. I'm going to undo that, slow it down a little bit. You place the active cell under a continuous range of data. The first click, Excel puts in a proposed range that it wants to sum up. So the Autosum adds up the numbers within this range. The second click of the Autosum button confirms the range and enters it into the cell. Now I could have pressed the Enter key after the first click to confirm it. Let's try that again in this next cell. First click, the proposal. Second click, completion. One more time, I'll use the Enter key. I'll click once, Autosum, and I'll go to the keyboard, press the Enter key. So that is what I'll call method 1. Now let's go to method 2. This is working with the Autosum button when there is not continuous data. And you can see I introduced some gaps in the data here. So again, I'll place the active cell where I want the Autosum total to go. I will click this once, and it proposes the cells directly above. But because there's a gap, it doesn't make the entry range that I'm thinking in my mind. So I'm going to drag the mouse across those cells instead. And here I can click the Autosum again or press the Enter key and complete that. Let's do this a couple more times. Go to the cell where I want the sum to go. The first click proposes a range. I override that proposal, and I can press the Autosum button again for the second click of it. One more time. Autosum, new range, press the Enter key. So I call that method 2. When there's not continuous data, you're going to need to identify the range that you want the Autosum button to add up. Okay, this third method is a little different. We're going to be highlighting the range of cells we want to add, including a blank cell at the bottom in this case. So I'm going to drag the mouse across these cells, including a blank cell, and then a single click of the Autosum places the answer there. Let's try it again. Highlight the cells, leaving a blank cell. Single click of the Autosum places it there. Now if I wanted the total to be down here, I could do the same thing. Drag out this range, a little longer this time, and a single click of the Autosum places it at the empty cell at the bottom. This also works horizontally. So let me just demonstrate this once. If I highlight these cells with a blank cell here, single click of the Autosum completes that operation. So I call that the third method. Now for this fourth method, we're going to be highlighting multiple ranges and then using a single click of the Autosum. And it looks like this. I highlight all of these cells, including the blank cells down below, and a single click of the Autosum fills that in. Okay? Let's try it horizontally. Highlight all these cells with the blank cells at the right side, press the Autosum, fills it in. Very quick totals for vertical and horizontal rows. Now I'm going to undo this and show you one other variation on method 4. And it's by highlighting a range of cells and including blank cells below and to the right. And then a single click of the Autosum fills in all of those cells. So I call that method 4, highlighting a range, multiple ranges, and then the single click. And now we'll go to the last technique I want to show you. It's a keyboard technique. So instead of using the Autosum button, you could use the keyboard, and the keyboard equivalent is hold down the Alt key and then press equal. And it works exactly the same as the Autosum button in all the previous 4 methods. So if I wanted to just put it right here, I could type Alt equal and then press the Enter key to finish. Okay, if I wanted to highlight a range of cells, I could do that, and then on the keyboard, Alt equal, complete that way. So you see the Alt equal key is equivalent to pressing the Autosum button in all the previous methods. So that rounds out our 5th method of using the Autosum button. Well, we finished the lesson. 5 techniques for working with the Autosum. How'd you do? So the lesson's completed. Thanks for doing this. I want these lessons to work for you, and I look forward to hearing from you. You can visit me at my website, josephlesser.com, and if I can be of any assistance, please let me know. So, this is Joseph Lesser, signing off.